You've clicked this video because you're looking for creating your own social media content strategy, the most stress-free and easy way to understand. This is the video for you. Today, I'm gonna help you create that with a simple step and without the headache. So number one, you will have to set your goals. So your goals have to be aligned with your business goals. Most of your business goals are related to either having more awareness and visibility, being considered by more people for your offers and your services or your digital product, having more sales because this is what you want, or having clients returning to your business because you want to create retention. So I'm going to give you concrete examples of goals that you can set for your social media content strategy. For example, a goal of yours for this year might be to actually generate more income for your digital product. Or it can be to work with more brands, or create a community or have a stronger community, or maybe even to position yourself as an expert. So now that you have your goals that are clear and set up, you are going to work into the second step, which is define your objectives. So your objectives is a more detailed version of your goals and it should be linked to your goals. So let's say that one of your goals was to generate more income. So one of your objectives is going to be to create more digital products and to promote them through your content. If one of your goals is to build a community, then one of your objectives is going to increase your engagement rates through your social medias. And it can also be something like having more people subscribing to your email list because you know that through that email list, you can then convert them into becoming part of your community. If one of your goals is to position yourself more as an expert and a leader in your industry, then the objective that comes from that goals is to actually create more educational content. So can you see now the difference between goals and objectives? They're very different, but they're complementary. So don't forget, your goals for social media content strategy should be linked to your business goals. We're not going to create goals with our social media that are not linked to our business goals. It's important that if one of the things that you're struggling the most is generate money, then one of your goals with social media content strategy is actually grow your income. So you can put in place objectives and strategy that are going to help you make sales during the year when you are going to put out your content. This is why we want everything to be linked together, because if you have a business and you have some goals, but you don't link your social media goals to your business goals, it doesn't really make sense. You're going to put out a lot of effort for literally nothing. So now that we have our goals and objectives, it's important for you to know how to measure them, because you're going to create content, but how can I make sure that my objectives are actually responding to the overall goal? For that, you will need some metrics. So for example, if one of your objectives was actually linked to having more leads, maybe right now what you're going to pay attention as a metrics is conversion rate to your email list. If it was based on engagement because you want to build a community, then you're going to pay more attention to how many likes, comments, and share that you have on your different social medias, because this is how a community is built on. It's engagement and exchange of value. And if your objectives and goals were more linked to having more visibility and making sure that new people discover your brand or your business, then you are going to pay attention to the reach and the views that your content will have. Now that you have all of this set up, the other thing that is very important is for you to understand and know who is your audience. It will not make sense for you to actually start to build a social media content strategy if you don't even know who you want to talk to. You should absolutely know who do you want to serve or what problem do you want to help with. So when it comes to defining your buyer persona, I have an entire document that I've created for you that is completely free. Actually, I have an entire document that is going to help you build your social media content strategy that you can download just under this video, and you will have all of the details that you need to make sure that you answer all of those questions to be ready to prepare yourself for your content. So I was talking about the buyer persona. You will have all of the details needed, and what I want you to do is literally to create a persona. So that person will have a name, an age. interest, desire, and needs, and also have specific details into demographic, psychographic, salaries. It's gonna help you to have the most details possible, because then you're gonna be able to know exactly what that specific potential audience member would want from you as a business. So this is why I want you to download it. It is completely free. You can get access right now just in the description box. And why do I want you to do this? It's because when you create content, something that you have to keep in mind is that you create content for others. You create content to serve people. Something that I also used to do, honestly, and it's a mistake that every person who begins with social media would do, is to talk about themselves and talk about their experience and just me. And the important thing is that you remember that you're here for that specific target audience member that will turn into a follower and turn into a potential client, then a client, because this is what you want at the end of the day, is to build a relationship with that person so they can trust you and go further along the line in the journey of business with you. So if ever you have something to sell them, whether it's a service, digital product, advice, whatever it is that you have to offer, you want to make sure that not only they are discovering you, but they have a deeper dive into your own brand and your expertise. So now let's talk about content pillars. It's going to be the other step for you to put in place when it comes to your social media content strategy. So here, I want you to be very mindful that brand pillars and social media content pillars are two different things. So your brand pillars represent more who you are, what do you stand for, what are your values, and why are you doing what you're doing. So it really answered those questions. Now, your content pillars are going to answer the question, how? How are you going to communicate all of those good things, those values, who you are, what you stand for, why are you here in the market? So what I love about content pillars is that there is many of them that you can choose and you can rotate between them. I will really advise you to choose between maybe 3 or 5 of them and rotate between them to express your brand and express to people how you are about those things that your brand is about. So those different topics are actually kind of themes that resemble you and stick to you. So please do not try to invent a personality or something that you're not, or to pretend that you like something and showcase that online just because it's super hyped right now. So some examples of content pillars can be lifestyle, productivity, money, food, health and fitness, tech, parenthood, business. So there is so many of them, and you can rotate between like 3 or 5 of them, because as a person, you're not just one-sided. There is multi version of you that exists, and you can represent that through your content and still be an expert in what value that you have to offer for the world. So do not think that just because I'm good at fitness, then all of my content should only be about fitness. You can actually bring a lot of good advice being a parent and still being in fitness. Talking about money or business and still being in fitness. Talking about family and still being in fitness. So this is why it's important to rotate, just so people see that you have different versions of yourself and they can click and connect to one of those versions of yourself, one of those pillars. Because remember, people connect to people. People do not connect to brands or objects, or they connect to people. Now, the thing is that you can have different pillars, but even how you're going to showcase and communicate those different pillars are going to be completely different. You don't have to be doing it in one way. So this is where the other point that you have to work on is coming to play. And it's called the value content. So it's the art of making your content valuable. So let's say that your pillars were fitness, productivity, and parenthood. You can showcase those 3 pillars differently. So you can showcase fitness in an educational way, inspirational way, relatable way, or entertaining way. So this is a way to spice your content up a little bit. You can do that if you have the time to. The goal here is to create different type of valuable content so people don't get bored, but also can see that you have different way of teaching things. So obviously you would have to choose with which one you're more comfortable. You can navigate between the 4 of them, or you can pick and choose maybe 2 or 3 of them. The goal here is to really diversify how you give the value of your content out there. And mind you, you have also the format that comes into play. You don't have to be sitting there in front of a camera talking if you don't feel comfortable. You can use B-roll and voiceover. You can document yourself. Now, no matter what is the format, do not forget from time to time to actually mention your offers, mention your lead magnet, your freebies, what you have going on for your business. People just expect that from a brand or from a business. So do not think that it feels really weird to trying to sell something or to have people joining your list. If you have value to give and people need that value, they'll go for it. They will download, they will have access to it, they will pay for it. So from time to time, you don't have to be doing it in every single content, but please do mention that webinar, that lead magnet, that quiz, that checklist, whatever it is that you have going on, that mini course that you have created, that they can have access to. Because once again, you have to remember that at the end of the day, we want to go back to our bigger goals. We need to achieve that. So if it was having more income, having a bigger community, growing my email list, having more people engaging and stuff like that, then you will need to have those call to action spread into your social media so you can see the result and follow those results through the metrics that we have decided earlier that you are going to follow. Now, the other point that I want to talk about is frequency. So obviously, it really depends on how you set up yourself and what you're capable of producing. Some people can post a lot because content creation is what they do for a living or what they want to do for a living. So they're gonna work super hard to achieve that. But the advice that I can give you here and that I am following myself is that make one specific channel your main channel. So for example, you can choose YouTube as your main content channel where you are going to be super consistent. So let's say that you decided to, as a frequency, have one video of YouTube posted every single week. This is what you're going to do for the entire year. And please try to commit to that. From that video of YouTube now, you are going to be able to cut some shorter videos for Instagram Reels, for TikToks and YouTube Shorts, and even for LinkedIn if you want to reshare them elsewhere. So this is a way to be more sustainable and also just repurpose your content. Instead of burning out trying to produce smaller content, you just produce bigger content that you then cut into smaller piece of a pie. Then you can throw them at different social media. You can also, from those videos, just create a blog and create one email that you're gonna send to your email list. So to help you with frequency and posting, let's say, on multiple platforms at once, I have already built a tutorial for you that is over here. So if you want to check it out after this video, just go ahead. By using Metricool, you will be able to actually manage that and plan in advance so you don't feel overwhelmed all the time to post something. Make sure that you organize yourself, you batch your content, and then after that you edit, and then you just plan it and spread all of your good things on social media with automation tools that are going to help you be consistent. Also, very soon, I will have a full tutorial on how to use Metricool. This is the platform that I use when I actually automate all of my content. It really helps me just be consistent. Honestly, I don't have the time to sit down every single week to record, then to edit, and then to just go on each social media and then just click on post for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So I use Metricool, so it just spread all of the content through my different social media. So stay tuned and just subscribe to the channel. So this is all the steps that you need to create a social media content strategy. Do not forget you have your free resource awaiting for you in the description box. So go ahead and download it. It is completely free and I've created specifically for you and for this purpose. So you don't have to rethink and go over that video again if you want to, or just go over that video with the document if it can be helpful for you with the examples that I've shared with you. Now, if you have found that helpful, please leave a thumbs up. And I was thinking very recently to creating you a video about social media funnel, how you can actually use your social media ecosystems and the different platforms as a funnel for your business. And let me know if this is something that you're interested in. If I see a lot of thumbs up, I will make sure to create that just for you so you can optimize all of your ecosystem and be able to crush it and create your own online empire. So remember, this is an entire series that I'm creating just for you on social media marketing, and I really want you to thrive using automation system, because this is how we can build sustainable business. It's not true that we are gonna burn out over creating content every single day to please every single algorithm. No, I want you to be able to optimize your presence online, optimize your business, and be the most effective. So subscribe to this channel, because this channel is not just for those who only want followers, but more customers. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.